I'm going to do, okay, and then I'm going to do a quick presentation, then Karen's going to share also. So thank you for coming on for Susan's time. Go ahead, Susan.
Okay. All right, so this is my story. I'm just kind of going to read it, but I'll add things in. Anyway, in mid 2012, I decided to take a holistic health coaching course, which ended in mid 2013. And while checking out the health fairs in Florida, I ran across Juice Plus twice in 2 days, which I thought was pretty ironic. And so my last encounter, it introduced me to Karen, who's right there, who ironically was from Norfolk and went to my alma mater, Old Dominion, which was very exciting for me and for her too. And so all the products, for Juice Plus, they just made sense to me as they were fruits and veggies. I had just learned how important they were for health and prevention and, through my whole course. And I'm like, this just goes hand in hand with everything I'm doing. So I just thought, this will be a great thing for me to introduce to people, hopefully get clients. So working with Karen, it just seemed so natural and we hit it off immediately. And what a great way to bridge the gap between what we do eat, what we should eat. And I love the idea of sharing this with people, with everyone I knew, to help people elevate their health to the next level and inspire healthy living, which is what we do. The shakes are delicious, and I was such a naysayer when it came to the shakes, which Karen will attest to. I just always wanted to eat my nutrition. I never wanted to be drinking it. But it didn't take long to get hooked on the chocolate and I love chocolate, and these chocolate shakes are so good, and I drink them all the time now. And the vanilla is really great as well. It tastes like cake batter. For all of you cake batter, Megan loves cake batter, so I know she would really like it. I'll be eating these products for the rest of my life, as they've kept me feeling good inside and out. They've enhanced my recovery time after exercising, and I'm very rarely sick. COVID in June was the last time that I was sick. So it's been over 6 months. I hope you'll enjoy this presentation by Sharon, our fearless leader. And please let me know if you like more samples, information. And I thank you all for being here to support me. And please share this information with anyone you think may be interested. So that's my story.
Thank you, Susan. And how long has it been that you've been on this Juice Plus journey?
9 years.
9 years. That's awesome. Awesome.
Years.
And if I took it away from you right now, what would you do? Like, if I wouldn't let you have it?
If you wouldn't let me have it?
Yeah.
I'd probably look for something to replace it, but I don't know that I could find something. Because really. I mean, everything I've even ever heard about, people are trying to replace it right and left, because I see it in the stores and everywhere else,
Right.
But the bottom line is we have confidence in our products because we know they're NSF certified, which means what's on the label is in the product. They're tested for, heavy metals and pesticides and anything that could be harmful. We have nothing like that in any of our products. And, so I'm very, I'm pleased to be sharing all this because it's been very good for me. Mm-hmm. And I think it would be great for everybody,
Right. So I have been taking Juice Plus and sharing it for 22 years. So I'm going to just give you a little presentation to encapsulate the major things to know. So you can make an educated decision for yourself. Like Susan said, there's lots of products out there. You want to make sure that what you're taking makes sense and that there's good reason, but also we want to have you on here to support Susan. So, whatever you learn today, you could always share with other people as you meet them. There's so many people that have health concerns now. Our diseases are up, they're not necessarily down. So it's more important than ever to take control of our health. And so I'm going to share with you just what I've learned. So these are the kinds of things that I saw 22 years ago. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have 2 master's degrees, none of them in nutrition. Why didn't I know this? That fruits and vegetables help prevent cancer. But then even more than that, it helps prevent other diseases. If you have something you're concerned about, say diabetes or Alzheimer's or stroke or heart problems or eczema or psoriasis, anything, you'll find that you need more fruits and vegetables. That's one of the first recommendations. So our message is very clear that we need to eat more fruits and vegetables. And Time Magazine said many years ago, the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you, it's that they're so good they could save your life. So when I started to learn this, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this. And I heard that every day that you don't have enough fruits and vegetables, it's like standing in front of an X-ray machine. No one wants all that damage to their cells. They give you the thing to cover you up and everything, and the lady walks out of the room before she gives the X-ray. But if we don't have enough fruits and vegetables in our body, then we're having the same damage every day. So you'll see people that look like they've had, quote, a hard life. That's because they haven't had enough fruits and vegetables. They've had a lot of oxidative stress, which I'm going to explain to you in a minute. So one of the things that I like to teach about with fruits and vegetables, because people think, oh, I'm not eating healthy, so therefore they take a vitamin, right? Well, our doctors within Juice Plus, and there's thousands of doctors who recommend Juice Plus, they say we don't have a vitamin deficiency, we have a whole food deficiency. So the label on the left is a vitamin label, and you might get 13 to 30 isolated nutrients trying to replicate that apple. But in fact, the apple has 10,000 nutrients, and only one of those is vitamin C, and only one of those is calcium. So when you take out isolated nutrients and you try to replicate that and also megadose it, usually you're really just messing with nature. You're getting very far from nature, and you're barely scratching the surface of having 10,000 from the apple, 10,000 from the kale, 10,000 from the papaya. So when you have whole food, you're having hundreds of thousands of nutrients, where a vitamin supplement's only like 30. Okay, and then when you look up vitamins on the internet, you'll find that there are mixed reviews as to whether or not they really help or they actually hurt. And one of them is the Annals of Internal Medicine, where they said enough is enough. Stop doing research on vitamins. They don't actually prevent disease. So if you want to have optimal health and prevent disease, you want to really look at fruits and vegetables. Okay, that's where vitamins and minerals come from. So I mentioned oxidative stress earlier. You kind of encounter it when you cut an apple and all of a sudden oxygen is hitting the apple and now it's turning brown. Well, there's a similar type thing happening on the inside of our body called oxidative stress. And we have oxidative hits that happen every day. And so we have a certain amount of oxidative hits. We need to have the same amount of antioxidants. That's what neutralizes that oxidative stress. If we don't neutralize the oxidative stress, then it leads to aging earlier and also the disease process, mutation of cells, things like that. So you can look at these pictures and just kind of have a feeling on that. But if you look up any disease or disorder and oxidative stress, you'll find it's very related to diseases. So we want to cut that oxidative stress. And, that can be done with fruits and vegetables. So how many do you need? We need 7 to 13 servings a day, and that's 7 if you're a child. Okay, it's 9 to 13 if you're an adult. And athletes need to eat even more, and preferably vine ripened so that you have all the nutrients, preferably raw in most cases. And the problem is a lot of times they're picked early. They're not allowed to vine ripen because they want to truck them across, the United States or whatever. So we're not getting enough servings. And we're also not getting the variety. A lot of times we tend to eat the same ones over and over. And so it's better to have all the different colors. All the different colors of the rainbow do different things, like the blues and the purples. They help the brain, they help heart and circulation, where reds do a different thing, oranges do a different thing, So that's why I love that I was told about Juice Plus 22 years ago from a friend, because she had just learned about it. She was super excited about it, and she was a fitness instructor, and she was super healthy. And I knew she knew a lot more than I did about nutrition. Me, I grew up in an Ohio household. Fruits and vegetables was not on the menu. It was meat and potatoes. And then when we went on errands, it was fast food meat and potatoes. And then when my mom married somebody from Kentucky, it was fried meat and potatoes. So there were no vegetables on or no salads for sure. I didn't even know you eat a salad until I married my husband, started to see his family. So it was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so in the Juice Plus capsules, which is so easy and does such a significant job, is acerola cherry, apple, beet, peach, pineapple, lemon peel, cranberry, date, orange, mango, and prune in the fruit blend. In the vegetable blend, it's beet, broccoli, rice bran, cabbage, lemon peel, parsley, carrot, garlic, kale, spinach, tomato. And then the berry blend, which was created specifically after the fruit and vegetable one for heart and circulation. And that is bilberry, blackcurrant, artichoke, blackberry, cranberry, elderberry, blueberry, cocoa, Concord grape, pomegranate, and raspberry. So basically, if you take 2 red, 2 green, 2 purple capsules a day, you've got a lot of produce, the concentrates of produce that have been pulverized, and then they take out the salt, the sugar, and the water, and they reduce it to concentrated powders and put it into capsules. So that has kept me very healthy over the years. I'm so thankful. I'll show you my picture here. So this is before Juice Plus on the top, and I was about 32, having my first baby, not knowing anything about nutrition, basically, and kind of passing up the best odds diet in the pregnancy book. I didn't know what they were talking about. And then 8 years later, because of a lot of, quote, simple changes through the Juice Plus community and the products, I was a lot healthier, and I was 40 having my 3rd baby. So Juice Plus has done wonders for me. I used to have allergies. I used to have bumps on the backs of my arms, tops of my legs, skin issues showing, hey man, you got some problems going on the inside, because that's what the skin reflects. So what is Juice Plus? Juice Plus bridges the gap between what we might eat sometimes and what we probably don't eat very much of, which is fruits and vegetables. Statistically, Americans don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. So we have the fruit capsules, the vegetable capsules, the berry capsules. I didn't tell you too much about the omegas. That's a plant-based omega. A lot of people know the value of that for heart, for joints, for hair, for skin. So we take in our household all 4 blends, it's called, 2 of each color, and then we do the complete shake once or twice a day. And that's where we get our macronutrients, like what's our next good meal, or what's an easy meal to throw together. That's our complete shake. So I've been doing that for the last 22 years, and it's really served me well. I wouldn't do without it. And so what is Juice Plus? It's a food. It's really to bridge the gap on that food element that we're missing. We're not really eating like whole food that hasn't been, totally messed with. And so it's not a multivitamin. It has a food label. They are very pure. They don't add additives. There's no genetic modification. It's vegan, it's kosher, it's dairy and gluten-free. As Susan mentioned, it's tested by an outside agency, a not-for-profit agency, because supplements and foods are not approved or disapproved from the FDA. The labels are, the factories are, but it's good to have a third party that goes and tests to make sure that what's in the product is on the label and what's on the label is in the product, nothing more, nothing less. And so that's what NSF does, besides checking for herbicides, pesticides, heavy metals, mold, bacteria, things like that. The most important thing for me way back when I first started was there was research showing that Juice Plus worked. And I didn't have a nutrition degree, like I said, but I had a research degree, and I was like, oh my gosh, these are good p-values. This actually is really good research. And that was when we only had 3 studies. We now have over 40 studies that have been done on Juice Plus showing better things. And this is where I'm going to turn it over to Karen, because I'm going to wake her up right now. She's just sitting back there all happy and pretty. And so I want her to share just a little bit about the research. I'm going to go through this really quickly, and you could just say a little bit on each slide, Karen. I didn't tell her this, but I know she loves it. Go ahead, Karen.
I was sitting back just enjoying the presentation. Yeah.
You're part of it, baby.
So,
Okay.
I will kind of jump in. This actually is a perfect slide for me to jump in on, because I knew nothing about research, but I was raised, I was adopted, And my mom was a nurse and my dad was a huge research geek, even though he was in the Navy, like he was always researching stuff, just very well read. And so it was interesting because I didn't understand any of the research. I didn't really care, but my parents were super and, super impressed by the research. So I heard a doctor speak years ago and he said, you're known by the company you keep. And if I don't know if you guys have taken a look at some of these universities, but I mean, it's pretty impressive. And these universities, you cannot buy your way into these universities with research because they would lose their funding. So I just love that we have all these research studies. Okay, so research results that have attracted thousands of doctors. So a lot of doctors and a lot of just medical professionals in general will stop and look at, they are not going to, recommend a lot of products because there's no research. That's the reputation. So when you look at the research behind Juice Plus, that it helps support a healthy immune system, cardiovascular wellness, it reduces systemic inflammation, it protects your DNA. Oh my goodness, we have periodontal research. They've done research with pregnant women. We have research with ovarian cancer. So we have so much research. Fantastic. I'm going to just mute everybody real quick.
Yeah.
Hello?
Whoops.
Sorry.
Yeah, if you guys can just mute yourself. Sorry, I muted a couple people, not everybody. Okay, perfect. I'm sorry. So I think the research really, when you look at other products, if you dig deep, marketing. So I have a degree in marketing, and marketing is, that's what sells. People look at the front of the label and people can, marketing or vitamin companies, supplement companies, any kind of company can have a really impressive, front of their label. They can do a lot of great marketing with research. Not research, but advertising. But then when you go to look for the research on it, is there any research at all? Is it clinical research it's done on their product? Is it borrowed research? There's just so much to look into.
Thank you, Karen. Awesome. Oh, and this is your favorite. I'll let you talk about this too.
So the children's, how do you say? So I started taking Juice Plus. I don't know where I'm supposed to tell my story, but I'm not jumping right here. So I actually started taking Juice Plus when I was pregnant. I didn't really understand the difference with fruits and vegetables and nutrition, kind of like Sharon. Again, I was raised by a nurse. And so I was raised in the fast food era. I was born in 68 and microwaves and fast food and Pop-Tarts and all that stuff came out. And my mom, I'm sure, was like, oh, this is so much easier. So I was sick. I have allergies and asthma from my birth mother. So that was awesome. And instead of saying, put down the Pop-Tart, stop drinking soda, all of that, I had the best medical care. I had all kinds of treatment. I had allergy shots. I had prescription medicines. I had asthma. I had migraines. I had digestive issues, earaches. I was always sick. I was always on antibiotics a couple times a year. And I was one of the things, and that's why this slide always makes me think of, is that when I got pregnant, I was still having all of these issues. I was still on prescription, medicine for asthma and allergies. And the first thing I thought of was, oh my gosh, I'm going to pass, my birth mother passed this on to me. I'm going to be passing this on to my kids. And it really kind of made me sad. And so I'm so thankful for Juice Plus, because by the end of the pregnancy, what I didn't expect, I just thought this was another vitamin that my friend had shared with me. I have no longer been on any allergy medicine, asthma medicine, any of that stuff, antibiotics, anything in over 17 years. And I know that sounds kind of funny. It's not that we don't get sick, but I don't get sick enough that I need any of that. I can actually go in my friend's house who has 2 cats. I could go in somebody's house with 2 cats and I would just start to wheeze. My eyes would, it was crazy. And now I've actually spent several nights in her house, and it's just amazing. So what a game changer for my health, but what a game changer knowing that this isn't genetic like the doctors told me. This was more lifestyle. And so my kids, what's awesome, what a mom win for me, is I have a 14-year-old and a 17-year-old, and they don't have the health issues that I have because now I know better. Not only did they have a great start with Juice Plus, but because of a lot of the other simple changes that I've learned through the community, they don't get sick like I used to get sick. So that's awesome. So I don't know if you guys have had a chance to read this, but we have a children's family health study actually, where for every adult you can sponsor a child and they can get Juice Plus for free, ages 4 through actually undergrad and college full-time undergrad students. And just what a difference that it makes in their health. The company has invested in kids' health because kids are so much sicker today than they used to be. And, we just know that it's nutrition, it's lifestyle. So.
Great. Thank you, Karen. And I forgot to even mention my allergies. I used to get allergy shots too. And I used to go to my husband's parents' house and they had 5 cats. Can you imagine? My nose was bleeding by the time I'd leave. But yes, we are in much better health now. And my kids have been able to take advantage of the family health study also. So even if this doesn't apply to you, we want you to keep this in mind because you can help Susan to share this with other people. Anything we mentioned about allergies or immune system or about the family health study where kids age 4 through 18 or even undergraduate and college can get their Juice Plus for free. It's pretty amazing. And then there's the Tower Garden. So sometimes people are like, I don't want any pills or anything. Of course, we have chewables for those people too. But some people are like, oh, but I want to eat my food, which, we do too. Trust me, we eat food. We try to eat healthy. And so Juice Plus is a great way to bridge the gap. But also the Tower Garden is something that people are majorly attracted to and really became a superstar during quarantine, where people were like, okay, I want to hang out at my house. I want to make the most of it. And I want to grow my own food. So this is an easy way to grow your own food where it's vine ripened, non-genetically modified, organic. You can make it how you want to because we start from seed or seedling, and down at the bottom is tonic, which produces the nutrients for the Tower Garden, vegetables and herbs. And then at the bottom is also the water, and it showers the roots. There's no dirt. It's a way to grow vertically, so you're not taking up a bunch of room. Everybody's all about being green and sustainable. This is an awesome way to take up less water, less space, creates more yield, and it grows 3 times faster. It's pretty amazing. And you can grow 20 to 28 plants in each Tower Garden, and there's an outdoor version and an indoor version. So there's really no reason why not everybody could have one. The chief horticulturist of Epcot, that was his vision, is that everyone would be able to have this because people would take the tour at Epcot called the land exhibit and say, how can I have this at home? And that's why he created it. Pretty cool. Here's ours in Coral Springs, Florida. I haven't put in a picture now that we've moved to Jacksonville, but my husband got really into his health with the Tower Garden. That's another thing, is that men really love the Tower Garden. Like they love to have, hardware or appliances or tinker with things. And so it's pretty much a good attractor. But I also wanted to just share his story a little bit, that he had 2 shakes a day. We did a thing called soup salad smoothies. We limited like what he was going to eat, and just he's a big fan of Juice Plus and also doing 2 shakes a day. And that we have something like that going on right now in our customer group, or it's a healthy group, where we include Juice Plus, we include 2 shakes a day, and that kind of crowds out other foods. And then if you want to do some other guidelines, we have that as well. So I told you about all these things. These are the Juice Plus products. And then I wanted to mention that our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. So whatever it is that you can take from that presentation, we're happy about that. And then just know that Susan is with a company that's been around for over 50 years. They're very stable and lasting. Now it's over 16 billion in sales since inception. And basically she just shares Juice Plus is the largest selling nutritional product of its kind. It's the largest selling in the world. So doctors recommend it. It's safe for children, safe for pregnant women, where some products out there say don't let children have this, or don't let pregnant people have this. So just keep that in mind. And she'll be sharing, on social media, I'm sure she's sharing one-on-one, and she really wants to get the word out there. So, you guys, as part of her support system, can help her to just share that as you think of people, in life, because we talk to people all the time. So I'll turn it back over to Susan, and any last words for the recording, then we could take any questions. Unmute.
Susan, you need to unmute.
Okay, I'm good. Well, I just want to thank you. Thank you girls for coming on and doing the presentation. And I want to thank everybody who came. Hi, Wendy. Wendy came. She's there. Her microphone's not working, or she's muted. Are you muted?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Technical difficulties. My computer was dead.
Oh, okay.
Aw,
All
we're
right.
glad
Did
you're
you hear
here.
some of it? Did you get to see some of it?
I did, yeah.
Okay, because it's being recorded, so I can send it to you. This is my cousin Wendy. Wendy, this is Sharon and Karen, and you know everybody
Hi.
Yay.
Hi,
Wendy.
else. Anyway, I just want to thank all y'all for coming. Does anybody have any questions?
Well, I can tell everybody you have a tower garden as well. And because
Oh, yeah, well, they know because I've been sharing my pictures.
Mhm.
So everybody's seen my tower garden. I've been sharing the pictures, trying to keep you updated every couple of weeks with the growth, and but it's really cool. I love this tower garden. And I went away for more than 2 weeks, came back and it was totally overgrown. It was awesome, and I cut it back and checked the water level and got everything back to where it needed to be. But it took me like 2 seconds, and it was great. And I had a salad. Pretty awesome.
Awesome.
So I'm very excited about, continuing to grow, with the tower garden and growing new things on there. And yeah, it's been great. That's something I had always wanted to do from the beginning. And just in the last couple years have, got the tower garden and now have it up and running again. I had it up and running, and then I ended up taking everything out and ordered new seedlings, but it's working really well right now, and I'm going to keep it going. So
that's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording, and if anybody has any specific questions, we're happy to answer them.
okay.